When you turn 80, something shifts. Not just in your bones or in your breath, but deep in your soul. It's quiet at first. The phone doesn't ring like it used to. Fewer people ask, "What's next for you?" As if dreams have an expiration date. Birthdays become quieter, not because you want them to be, but because the people who used to show up aren't here anymore. You start recognizing more names in the obituary column than in the invites to dinner. This isn't just aging. It's a different kind of loneliness. A quiet kind, one that creeps in slowly and stays. But no one talks about this. No one warns you that the hardest part of getting old isn't your health. It's feeling like the world has moved on without you. But today we will talk about it. We'll speak the truths no one dares to. This is the harsh reality of life after 80, and the 5 things you deserve to know before you get there. Chapter 1. You begin to outlive everyone. After 80, something quiet and chilling begins to happen. You start noticing the empty chairs. At weddings, they're missing. At birthdays, they're gone. At the dinner table, you look up and realize you're outliving everyone. Your childhood best friend, your lifelong partner, no longer beside you. Your siblings, now only voices in your memory. And in some cruel twist of fate, some have even outlived their own children. With every passing, something inside you dims. It's not just grief. It's like the world keeps shrinking, one name, one face, one laugh at a time. Pushpin truth number 1. Longevity comes with loss. We often admire those who reach 80, 90, even 100, but we rarely ask them what it costs to live that long. Because the longer you live, the more people you're forced to say goodbye to. They told me I was lucky to make it to 85, but they didn't see how empty my house sounded after everyone was gone. A slow pan across a quiet living room. One empty chair pulled out. A faded photo in a silver frame. 2 people smiling, now just a memory. A ticking clock in the background, the only sound. You no longer mark your calendar for baby showers or anniversaries. You circle the dates of funerals. And you begin to pull away, not out of bitterness, but out of fear. Fear of loving someone new and losing them all over again. Light bulb, soft insight, gentle tone. And yet, you have the right to miss them, to speak their names aloud, to cry about them even decades later. Because grief doesn't go away. It weaves itself into your spirit until it becomes a quiet companion you carry every single day. Chapter 2. You feel invisible. An elderly woman reaches for help at a grocery store aisle. Clerks and shoppers pass her, busy, distracted, unaware. Her hand lowers slowly. Her eyes say what her mouth doesn't. Do I even exist to you? There's a quiet ache that settles in after 80. Not from the joints or the back, but from the heart. It's the ache of being unseen, of living in a world that walks right past you. Pushpin truth number 2. Society stops noticing you. Once, your voice helped build homes, raise children, lead teams, shape lives. Now, that same voice is ignored. You offer thoughts, but no one asks for them. You sit in a room, and somehow, you vanish. Not because you're quiet, but because the world stopped listening. When you're young, everyone asks what you want to become. After 80, no one even asks how you're doing. An elderly man waves at a bus. It pulls away before he reaches it. On the sidewalk, a group of teens laughs loudly, never noticing him. His shoulders slump, not from age, but from invisibility. You're called adorable, cute, or sweet. Words meant to soften, but that slowly strip away your dignity. You weren't always this fragile. You were fired. You are fired. Fire raw truth. Aging doesn't make you irrelevant. You are the same fierce, brilliant soul. A warrior of time, draped in wrinkles and wisdom. Your stories matter. Your thoughts matter. You still matter. Light bulb encouragement, spoken directly to camera. To the younger ones watching. First, look the elderly in the eye. Not with pity, but with presence. Ask them what they've seen. Ask them what they know. Because behind every quiet elder is a storm of stories just waiting to be heard. Chapter 3. Your body becomes a battlefield. An elderly man sits at the edge of his bed, struggling to bend down and tie his shoes. The camera gently fades into a memory. A younger version of him, agile, laughing, mid-game on a sunny tennis court. A backhand, a shout of victory, a chest full of breath. Then back to the present, where even standing feels like lifting a mountain. You once ran toward life. Now you measure your steps like a precious resource. You once slept without worry. Now each night becomes a silent war between discomfort and medication. Pushpin truth number 3, aging isn't just wrinkles. It's not a dramatic battle, but a slow, invisible one. It's arthritis that makes writing your name an effort. It's your eyes blurring the faces you love. It's waking up at 2 a.m. not because of a dream, but because your bladder demands it. Your muscles fade, your skin bruises at the softest touch, and your reflection sometimes feels like a stranger wearing your face. It's not dying that scares me. It's watching my body give up, while my mind still remembers who I used to be. Close up, trembling hands trying to pour tea. The teacup rattles softly in its saucer. A bottle of pills spills across a wooden table. The sound is sharp, but the room is silent. You feel trapped inside a vessel that once climbed trees, danced, held babies, lifted dreams. Now it creaks, slows, forgets. But here's where hope lives. Light bulb golden wisdom, inspiring tone. Every movement, no matter how small, is an act of rebellion. A slow walk to the porch. A stretch toward the sun. A breath taken with purpose. These are not small victories. They are bold declarations. I'm still here. I still matter. This body may be aging, but this spirit? It still fights. Chapter 4. Regret becomes louder than celebration. An elderly woman stands alone in a dusty room, staring at a piano covered in a thin layer of time. Her fingers hover just above the keys, but never press down. Behind her, the faint sound of a birthday song echoes. The celebration, yes, but behind her eyes, something else lingers. As the number of candles on your cake grows, so do the voices in your mind. Not the loud, joyful ones from birthdays past, but the quiet, lingering echoes of the things left undone. Pushpin truth number 4. Regret grows heavier with age. It's not just about what you did wrong. It's about what you didn't do at all. The piano you never played. The places you never visited. The "I love you" you never said. The child you never called back. The apology you thought you'd always have time for. I thought I had more time. More chances. More than next years. But after 80, you realize your next opportunity might not come. A series of fading memories. A missed family dinner seat, still empty. A suitcase packed, never opened. A hug hesitated and never given. All replayed like soft, flickering films on the walls of her memory. You begin to ask the question no one prepares you for. Did I live the life I was meant to live? Sometimes that answer isn't easy to face. But listen closely, because all is not lost. Light bulb compassionate wisdom, gentle, hopeful tone. It's never too late to forgive. Never too late to whisper, "I'm sorry." Or to tell someone even after all these years, "You mattered to me." Even now, especially now, your story isn't finished. You can still call. Still healing. Still change someone's life with your words. And maybe even your own. Chapter 5. Time feels different. A slow, golden sunset spills across the sky. An elderly couple sits quietly on a wooden bench, hands gently clasped, words unspoken, yet everything is understood. They don't speak. After 80, time doesn't pass the way it used to. It doesn't rush. It whispers. Second stretch. Not in boredom, but in beauty. A simple sip of tea becomes an entire moment. The laughter of a grandchild feels like music. The sunlight through the window feels like a gift. Pushpin truth number 5. Time becomes sacred. You begin to realize something most people miss. The little things weren't little at all. They were everything. The morning breeze. The clink of a spoon in a teacup. The way your dog sighs as it rests its head beside you. The gentle quiet of a room filled with peace. I don't need riches anymore. I just want another morning. To open the window. and breathe in life. A wrinkled hand, familiar from earlier in the video, gently closes an old photo album. The face behind it smiles, not with sadness, but with peace. The past is not forgotten. It's held, honored, cherished. Because at the end of it all, it's not about how much time you had. It's about how deeply you lived the time you were given. And even now, at 80, 90, or beyond, every moment still holds the power to be sacred, to be enough, to be beautiful. Conclusion. Soft instrumental music plays, gentle piano and strings. The screen slowly fades into calming imagery. A quiet morning forest, golden sunlight filtering through trees, a window gently blowing open in a breeze. Text fades in softly, one line at a time. Yes, growing older after 80 is hard. It's raw. It's real. It tests the body and humbles the soul. But within the pain, there is still beauty. Within the quiet, there is still wisdom. And within you, there is still light. Light that cannot be dimmed by age. A presence that still matters. A story that still deserves to be told. Speech balloon final words. Aging is not the end. It's a quieter, wiser beginning. If you have an elder in your life, call them. Visit. Listen. Hug them longer. Because their time is sacred. And if you are over 80, know this from the bottom of our hearts. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are still deeply, endlessly loved.